We're talking about some of the doctrines of the Roman Catholic Church, and specifically, how can your sins be forgiven? And after a Roman Catholic has been baptized and come into the Roman Catholic Church, if he commits a mortal sin, he must come back and regain his salvation, his justifying grace that was obliterated when he committed mortal sin, by the sacrament of penance. And penance, as defined by Trent, includes three things. One is contrition. You must be sorry for your sins. And then you must confess your sins to a priest, your mortal sins, not your venial sins. And then thirdly, you must do works of satisfaction. And then the absolution, the forgiveness that the priest pronounces, takes effect when you've done your works of satisfaction, ex operato, which means that automatically at the end of your doing this, it takes effect when you have done your part. But I'd like to come and center in on this thing. Is it absolutely necessary that to receive forgiveness of sins, can you go straight to God and in prayer ask Him to forgive your sins, or must you come to the priest? Now, we're not talking about the authority that the priest has, but we're talking about, in order for you to receive forgiveness, must you, before you can receive forgiveness from God, must you do it this way? Now, let's get the Council of Trent on the boards here, the official doctrine of the Roman Catholic Church, which says that the entire confession of sins was also instituted by the Lord, and that it is necessary. Here's this word necessary, and anything that's necessary means if it's not there, then you've missed it. That it's necessary by divine right for all who have committed mortal sins after baptism to make confession to the priest in order that they may pronounce the sentence either of remission or of retention of sins. Your sins are forgiven or they're not. Now it says, all mortal sins of which the penitents, after diligent self-examination, each one of you that's committed a mortal sin, after you have diligently examined yourself and you're conscious of these mortal sins that you've done, you're to bring those to the priest, ought to be enumerated in confession, even if they are most secret. For it is certain that nothing else, that's no other way for this to happen, it's certain that nothing else is required of penitents in the church. Then it says, if anyone either denies that sacramental confession is instituted or necessary to salvation, that's where we're coming in on the importance of it. Is it necessary for salvation by divine right for you to do this? Trent says if you don't, let him be anathema.